In 2025, we're about to see a whole new wave of cruise ships hitting the waters. This follows a record year in 2024, when 9 cruise ships were launched. Many of those same cruise lines are back with even more ambitious projects as the cruising industry continues its rapid growth. But surprisingly, there is one major cruise line that is not launching any new ships this year, and one is doubling down by introducing 2, as well as breaking into a new market. In the past few years, we've seen a few trends emerging from the cruise industry. The ship within a ship concept, made famous by MSC's Yacht Club and Norwegian's The Haven, has become huge, with Royal Caribbean, Disney, and Princess jumping on board. These cruise lines have been building bigger and bigger ships, designating a section to elite passengers who are willing to pay more for an exclusive experience. And of course, the cruise industry is well aware of their impact on the environment. All cruise lines have been making moves to cut back on emissions, utilize more efficient technology, and generally reduce the carbon footprint of their cruise ships. The latest improvement is the incorporation of LNG-powered engines. LNG, or liquefied natural gas, is one of the cleanest burning non-electric fuels for a cruise ship. New engine designs using LNG have been incorporated into the newest ships by Royal Caribbean, Princess, MSC, and Disney Cruise Lines. Do you know the best way to stay in the loop about the latest and greatest in the cruising world? Subscribe to our channel. It's that simple. I'll give you a second to hit that subscribe button. All right, did you get it? Then let's dive into what 2025 has in store for the world of cruising. We'll start with 2 of the most highly anticipated cruise ships of 2025. One might even say they will be the stars of the show. That's right, I'm talking about Princess Cruises' Star Princess and Royal Caribbean's Star of the Seas. Princess Cruises is set to debut the Star Princess in the fall of 2025, marking the second ship in the line's cutting-edge Sphere class. Following the successful launch of her sister ship, the Sun Princess, in February of 2024, the Star Princess will feature many of the same awe-inspiring design elements that made Sun Princess a standout. The vessel will showcase the Dome, a stunning geodesic structure on the top deck, and the Sphere, a striking glass-enclosed piazza at the center of the ship, making it a visual masterpiece at sea. Among the new features aboard the Star Princess are an expanded non-smoking casino area, an expanded Love by Brito restaurant, and a larger O'Malley's Irish pub. Park 19 was a highly anticipated area of the Sun Princess, with promises of an engaging family zone complete with a rock climbing wall, ropes course, and a hang glider roller coaster ride. But these features were all canceled unexpectedly a few months after the debut of the Sun Princess. So what features will be available on the new Star Princess? Well, guests can look forward to new active spaces such as a sports court, pickleball and basketball facilities, jogging track, and splash pad. The Star Princess will accommodate 4,300 guests with its 2,157 staterooms, including suites, mini suites, and a selection of deluxe balcony cabins. For those seeking luxury, the Sanctuary Collection provides a ship-within-a-ship experience with exclusive access to top-deck retreats and premium amenities. If you are interested in learning more about the luxury perks that Princess offers, be sure to check out our video about how to get VIP status on Princess Cruise Line. The innovative new design on the Sphere class led to several delays in the launch of the Sun Princess. I fear that the Star Princess may experience some of the same problems, as the initial inaugural sailing of July 29, 2025 was already canceled to allow for more construction time. As of right now, voyages will begin with a month of Mediterranean itineraries in October 2025 before the Star Princess heads to the Caribbean. The second star set to rise in 2025 is Royal Caribbean's eagerly awaited Star of the Seas. This is the second ship in the Icon class, and when completed, it will tie the Icon of the Seas as one of the largest cruise ships in the world. You know a cruise ship is big when it has neighborhoods, and the Star of the Seas has 8, including Thrill Island, a high-energy zone with a water park, a surf simulator, and a ropes course. Chill Island, a 3-deck oasis with multiple pools. Surfside, designed for families with young kids. Central Park, a lush, open-air garden with over 30,000 real plants lined with upscale restaurants, and the Hideaway, an adults-only retreat perched high above the sea with a suspended infinity pool, whirlpools, a bar, and breathtaking panoramic views. There are over 40 dining and drink venues found on board, including the Lincoln Park Supper Club, a 1930s Chicago-inspired restaurant that pairs exquisite cuisine with live entertainment. Not to be left out of the ship within a ship trend, Star of the Seas has the Suite Neighborhood, an exclusive area with upscale amenities dedicated to guests staying in designated cabins. Guests will have access to their own sun deck with a private pool and hot tub, the Grove grab-and-go venue for a quick bite, and the exclusive Coastal Kitchen dining room for meals. The Star of the Seas will have 2,805 staterooms and can accommodate nearly 8,000 guests at full capacity. This is Royal Caribbean's third ship powered by LNG fuel, part of the cruise line's goal to introduce a net zero cruise ship by 2035. The maiden voyage of the Star of the Seas is set for August 31st, 2025 out of Port Canaveral. The ship will offer 7-night island-hopping itineraries to tropical destinations, including a stop at Royal Caribbean's private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay, with every voyage. MSC continues to expand its presence in the Western Hemisphere with MSC World America, their second ship in the World class. You might be noticing a trend here. Princess, Royal Caribbean, and MSC are all introducing a second ship to their largest class. Cruise lines are clearly preparing for a record-breaking year in 2025, with these 3 ships alone adding nearly 20,000 passenger berths to the current cruising capacity. MSC World America will feature 7-night Caribbean itineraries to tropical destinations, with each voyage including a stop at MSC's private island, Ocean Key. The cruise ship will have 7 districts with unique atmospheres, including Family Aventura with a water park, amusement rides, and a ropes course, the Aqua Deck with 2 spectacular pools, the Galleria, a bustling food and shopping zone, and the adults-only Zen area. Is this starting to sound like the Star of the Seas? Well, it's no surprise that MSC is adopting some of Royal Caribbean's strategies as they compete for dominance in the cruise industry. MSC currently holds the spot of 3rd largest cruise line, but as the fastest growing cruise company globally, it is definitely giving Royal Caribbean a run for its money. The MSC World America stands out with MSC's signature blend of cutting-edge technology and modern design. The ship's harbor outdoor park will feature a thrilling raft slide that incorporates virtual reality. For adrenaline seekers, the Cliffhanger ride offers a heart-pounding experience as powered arms lift riders over the edge of the ship, dangling 160 feet above the ocean below. Teenagers can enjoy the Star Shooters Adventure Course. At the Drone Academy, guests can participate in a high-energy drone relay race. And Luna Park brings the latest in virtual reality technology. Of course, MSC's signature yacht club will also be available. Thought by many to be the best ship-within-a-ship experience available, the MSC World America takes the suite experience to a whole new level with the largest and most luxurious yacht club yet. There is a bi-level sun deck with an exclusive bar and grill, a private pool and hot tub, and a restaurant reserved for yacht club guests. When it comes into service in April of 2025, the World America will be home ported at MSC's new state-of-the-art terminal in Port Miami. With more than 2,600 cabins, the ship can accommodate up to 6,762 cruisers and will offer an unparalleled family cruising experience. The 4th megaship debuting in 2025 is Disney Cruise Line's Disney Adventure. Originally built for Dream Cruises, a Hong Kong-based luxury cruise line, the ship faced multiple financial and supply setbacks, leading Disney to purchase the partially completed vessel for less than 3% of its original €1.8 billion cost. Disney is currently working to complete the ship build with a redesigned concept to provide what guests have come to expect from a Disney cruise. Decorators have drawn on over 100 years of storytelling from Disney, Marvel, and Pixar for a ship filled with something for everyone to delight in. Guests aboard the Disney Adventure will have 7 uniquely themed areas to explore. At Marvel Landing, an adventure theme showcases the Iron Cycle Test Run, the longest roller coaster at sea. Toy Story Place has a whimsical splash zone and water slides inspired by the favorite Pixar film series. San Francisco Place is home to the teen and tween areas, as well as the Hero Training Zone, an immersive 4-person game. Disney Cruise Line uses a signature rotational dining system to provide guests with 3 unique experiences during their voyage. On the Disney Adventure, Mickey Mouse and the gang will entertain diners at either the Navigators Club or the Hollywood Spotlight Club. Guests will also enjoy a meal with animated artwork at Animator's Palette or Animator's Table. And finally, they will have an interactive dinner and show with characters from Enchanted, Frozen, Inside Out, or The Incredibles, depending on the restaurant they choose. Disney cruise ships are designed with families in mind. Most staterooms feature a split bathroom with a sink and shower tub in one room and a sink and toilet in the other, making bath time easier for families with kids. Parents can also request items from a menu of baby and toddler essentials, such as cribs and diaper pails. The Disney Adventure is a departure from DCL's other cruise ships. It is nearly twice as big and will operate primarily 3- and 4-night sea-only itineraries from Singapore, without any port stops. Essentially, the ship will serve as a floating amusement park, bringing the magic of Disney to the Asian market, beginning in December 2025. Disney Cruise Line is doubling down in 2025 by adding yet another ship to their fleet. The Disney Destiny will be the 3rd of its larger Wish-class ships. In fact, Disney recently announced plans to order 4 more ships, with one set to launch each year, beginning in 2027. This growth comes in response to a strong return on capital investment, as Disney Cruise Line reported an impressive 97% occupancy rate across its 5-ship fleet in the second quarter of 2024. The Disney Destiny will bring to life iconic heroes and villains from classic Disney, Pixar, and Marvel stories. Spider-Man has already claimed the prestigious spot on the ship's stern, while Black Panther will oversee the Grand Hall Theater. On the villain side, beloved baddies like Cruella de Vil, Maleficent, Captain Hook, and Scar will make appearances in various lounges and attractions across the ship. The Lion King will take center stage in the ship's most celebrated dining venue, Pride Lands. As families enjoy their meals in the Savannah-inspired setting, live musicians and storytellers will guide them on a musical journey through the award-winning Lion King soundtrack. On the main stage, Disney has created a brand new show to entertain cruisers during their voyage. Disney Hercules brings to life the legendary music from the original film, including a new ballad that was cut from the movie. Like every Disney Cruise Line ship, the Disney Destiny will offer staterooms designed to meet the needs of families. Notably, most cabins will feature a split bathroom with a sink and shower tub in one room and a sink and toilet in the other. Many also have connecting doors, giving families the option of adjoining staterooms for larger groups. The Disney Destiny will follow the trend of many of the new cruise ships using the more efficient LNG fuel. It will set sail in November of 2025 with a season of 4- and 5-night Caribbean cruises from Fort Lauderdale. The Celebrity Xcel will be the 5th and final of Celebrity's largest Edge-class ships. The cruise line recently announced that they have begun planning a new project, codenamed Project Nirvana, which they expect to come to fruition in about 5 years. In the meantime, Celebrity has been tight-lipped about what to expect from the Celebrity Xcel. They promise that it will have all of the favorites found on other Edge-class ships while introducing some exciting new experiences. 2 features are sure to be present. The Magic Carpet is a cantilevered platform that moves up and down the side of the ship. First introduced on the Celebrity Edge in 2018 to much acclaim, it has since been featured on every Edge-class ship. Depending on the occasion, the Magic Carpet can transform into a tender port, an open-air dining venue, or an extension of the main pool area. The Retreat is Celebrity's ship-within-a-ship experience, available with the booking of any suite. Guests have access to a private restaurant, Lumini, an exclusive lounge, a sun deck, and a dedicated butler. In addition, suite guests receive Celebrity's all-included plan with premium drinks and Wi-Fi. The Celebrity Xcel will accommodate 3,260 passengers. Based in Fort Lauderdale, it offers 7-night Caribbean itineraries for its inaugural season. Unlike most of the other cruise lines, Norwegian's latest edition will not be among the biggest ships of its fleet. Instead, it will be the first in the Prima Plus class, weighing in at 156,300 gross tons, smaller than the colossal Norwegian Encore. But what it may lack in sheer size, it more than compensates for with style. The Aqua is 10% larger than its predecessor, the Norwegian Prima, which translates to more expansive outdoor space and even more fun family activities. The Norwegian Aqua will feature a game zone packed with retro classics like Miss Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, alongside cutting-edge virtual reality experiences. For those looking for some active fun, the ship has a 2-deck, 12-hole mini golf course. The sports complex will include a glow court with an interactive LED floor for high-tech games and challenges. The Bullseye Bar offers a complimentary interactive darts game within the full-service bar. The showstopper, however, will be the Aqua Slide Coaster, a thrilling hybrid of roller coaster and water slide, complete with a magnetic lift that whisks guests through 2 exhilarating 3-story courses. Unfortunately, to make room for this exciting new ride, Xcel had to say goodbye to their signature go-kart track. Spa lovers will be thrilled to know that the Mandara Spa has undergone a complete redesign. In addition to old standards like the thermal suite, charcoal sauna, and ice room, guests can now indulge in new services, including a clay sauna, the Lhasa therapy loungers, that's a saltwater bath for those of you who don't speak Greek, and an IV drip therapy. I have to say I read that last one 3 times to make sure I got it right. I was really surprised to see a medical procedure advertised as a spa treatment. Since I have a huge aversion to needles, I definitely will not be partaking. Of course, the Norwegian Aqua will also have the Haven, Xcel's ship within a ship. In fact, it will be the largest complex yet, with 123 suites, including 4 massive 3-bedroom duplex suites. Outside of the Haven, Xcel will have a selection of studio cabins for solo travelers, offering more space and variety than ever before. The Norwegian Aqua will launch in April 2025 with 7-day Caribbean sailings out of Port Canaveral. This puts the Aqua in direct competition with Royal Caribbean's new Star of the Seas, as well as MSC's World America sailing out of Miami and the Celebrity Xcel in Fort Lauderdale. It will be interesting to see who comes out on top. Virgin Voyages' highly awaited Brilliant Lady has had a major delay, with its planned 2023 debut now scheduled for September 2025. Currently under construction in Italy, the ship will be the cruise line's most innovative yet, carrying a price tag of over $800 million and designed to accommodate 2,700 guests. In an exciting twist, the Brilliant Lady will introduce a groundbreaking mystery voyage experience, promising guests an entirely unique and immersive adventure at sea. I'd love to tell you more about this, but the exact details are still, well, a mystery. As Virgin Voyages' 4th and final addition to its lady ships fleet, the Brilliant Lady is poised to push the boundaries of luxury cruising with longer itineraries of up to 14 nights, a first for the brand. Her inaugural season will feature a North American tour, visiting popular ports such as New York City, Los Angeles, Miami, and Seattle. Additionally, the ship's design will be adapted to sail through the Panama Canal, making it ideal for exploring rugged new landscapes and fjords in Alaska. The Brilliant Lady will feature all the signature elements that have made Virgin Voyages a favorite among cruise lovers, beginning, of course, with an all-inclusive, adults-only cruise. Guests will enjoy Michelin-style dining at over 20 award-winning restaurants at no extra cost, as well as a mermaid-inspired spa and festival-like performances. Staterooms integrate some of the latest technologies and feature Virgin's signature red balcony hammocks. With a new mermaid artwork designed by Janice Sung, inspired by both Renaissance and Asian art, the Brilliant Lady promises to bring fresh creativity and inspiration to the fleet. The Brilliant Lady will make its first 5 sailings from New York in September before sailing to Port Miami for the winter season. So, there you have it. 8 new ships launching across the mainstream cruise lines in 2025. We kick off the parade in April with MSC's World America in Miami and Norwegian Aqua in Port Canaveral. Then in August, Royal Caribbean launches the Star of the Seas out of Port Canaveral. The Brilliant Lady will begin with a month of cruises out of New York City before moving to Miami in October. And finally, in November, both the Disney Destiny and the Celebrity Xcel will set sail from Fort Lauderdale, joined by the Star Princess as she wraps up her debut in the Mediterranean. Wow, the Caribbean sure is looking crowded. On the other side of the world, the Disney Adventure will serve the Asian market in December, sailing out of Singapore. But wait, what about the world's most popular cruise line, Carnival? Surprisingly, they won't be launching any new ships until 2027, when the 11th ship in their Xcel class will be completed, a sister to the recently launched Carnival Jubilee. In addition, Carnival Corp has already ordered another Xcel class ship for delivery in 2028. Looking further ahead, Carnival is also working on a new ship design with 3 even larger vessels than the Jubilee planned to launch annually starting in 2031. But while Carnival has big plans for the future, there won't be any new ships for the cruise line in 2025. This is likely due to Carnival Corporation's decision to retire the P&O Cruises Australia brand. Carnival Cruise Line will absorb the 3 P&O Australia ships into its fleet and take over the Pacific sailings starting in 2025. Well, 2025 sure does have a ton of great cruise ships in store for us. Have you already booked a cruise vacation on one of these? Drop a comment below. We're curious to find out which of these new cruise ships will be the most popular in the upcoming year. Are you a cruise ship fanatic? Then you should definitely check out this video where I review every single ship in the Princess fleet. But if you've already seen that one, here's another video that YouTube thinks you will like. Remember, no matter where your cruise ship takes you, no matter what cruise line you sail on, no matter how old or new your cruise ship is, adventure awaits.